Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of BS for Build. This one's going to be very different. This is my day off. I would normally be taking Chelsea to dinner or doing something nice like that. Instead, we're working on cars once again. Adrian needs some help with his street bike, and I got some work to do on the Mustang. And since I've been doing all that off camera, now is the only time I can kind of steal away from my schedule to get that done. So it's go time on that. Roll the intro. Alrighty, so like I said, it is my day off, so please do not complain that we're taking time away from the BRZ or that we're jumping around too much or whatever. Work's got to be done, and I want to share it. This is what we do here. So, it's raining right now. It was really sunny when Adrian and I scheduled all this fun stuff. So I can't change the injectors while it's raining. I don't want rain going in the injector holes unless I can figure out something kind of tricky with an umbrella. I found an umbrella in the car. So yeah, Oregon. Pretty tired of it. I wish it would stop raining. So I got these new. Why we're changing the injectors? And let me grab the injectors. These are them. These are not new. They're used. They're new to me. 39-pound injectors, made by Ford Performance, made by Ford basically. And the reason that we're doing these is because the other injectors were some cheap Chinese brand, and the tuners were having a lot of trouble and starting to think, okay, it's probably a weird impedance issue with the injector, and when it gets down to something like that, it's just going to be a lot easier and faster for us, rather than guessing and checking all the time, to just order new injectors. And I was like, you know what? I'll throw 150 bucks at used injectors at the problem if it'll get it fixed. So here we are with new injectors. These are a little bit dirty, so the first thing I want to do is clean them up, and then we'll figure out how to get them installed in the Mustang. Then I have a new tune we'll throw on the Mustang, and hopefully we'll run much better AFRs and we'll see some progress. Let's clean these up. Alright, we got the injectors all cleaned up and O-rings oiled up. It looked like they had ran some E85 through the injectors, so I just cleaned them up real quick. And then we threw the adapter plugs on the back of these. So they're all ready to roll. Now I just got to wait for a break in the weather and we can install them on the Mustang. Alright, well this is kind of a break in the rain. I think it's as close as we're going to get, so I'm just going to have to make do. Adrian should be here any time now, and maybe I'll have him hold an umbrella or rig an umbrella up over here. That way we don't get any water in the injector holes. Alright, we got the injectors installed in the car. I've done that so many times, it was pretty easy. There was not too much water to worry about, so I'm not too worried about it, since there's none to worry about. Smart thinking, Chris! Alright, so next thing is, so since we have a different pound injector, we need a different tune. I got a fresh tune from the Hippo Tuning Company. So I got my laptop, and we're gonna throw it on there, and then we'll start it up and see how it looks. Alright, we got the new tune programmed in. That's our air-fuel ratio right there. Let's go ahead and try and start the car and see how it does. And the battery's dead. Jumper pack. All right, here we go. Round number 2. Got the computer running. This is on. Jumper pack's on. We should be good to go. That's not a good sign. So far, our new tune just basically killed the car right off the bat. Let's give this one more try. I think we're getting way too much fuel. Okay, well that's bad news. The new tune basically does not operate with this car. I don't know why that would be. So I did the injectors. I might have done something wrong. I'll have to go check. But right now it's seeming like the new tune is not happy with the new injectors. Bummer. Alright, it's much later in the night. I gave the Mustang a little bit of time to maybe, if it was running really rich, to like let some of that gas evaporate. So what I want to do is try and start it up again and just see what happens to, you know, kind of verify that it was running super rich and not going to run with this current tune. So let's give it a shot. That's it. That's all she broke. All right, well that's it for Mustang fun for the day. It looks like that tune is running super rich, so we're done with it. Next up, we got Adrian's street bike right here. This is a, what is it?
2004 Ninja.
2004 Ninja 250. Yeah. And we have no idea what's wrong with it, so I figured we'll just start jumping into it, kind of show you guys what I would do. I know nothing about motorcycles at all. I've never even ridden one, except for when I was a child. Here goes nothing. All right, for you bike enthusiasts, this is going to be incredibly annoying to watch one guy that doesn't know what he's doing but knows some things, and then another guy that doesn't know anything. But we're going to try and diagnose this problem and see if we can get Adrian back on his bike tonight. That's my goal. Mustangs doesn't run, this bike better run tonight. So we're gonna, we don't have the key for the seat, so we gotta find a hack to pull the seat off. And then we're gonna also drain the fuel tank because the fuel's been sitting for how long?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half, so we gotta get the fuel out of there and go get some new fuel. So that's the game plan for right now. All right, we got the back open so we could access the battery, remove the battery. We got a new battery coming. We're gonna use a car battery until the new battery is charged up and ready to roll. We drained the fuel tank. We went and bought extra fuel. Next thing that we're gonna do is, now there's a little bit of remnant fuel down there left over. We're gonna jump underneath here and check the fuel line and see if there's any fuel coming through the fuel line, and start playing around with fuel systems, because the last time Adrian rode this bike, the hypnosis was that it kind of seemed like it was running out of fuel when it died.
That's true.
So we're gonna look at a lot of fuel related stuff before we try and give it a start. So I feel like if I pull that fuel line off and fuel drains out of there, then at least we don't have a blockage going that far.
Hypnosis award.
All right, I think we have figured something out, but we're not sure because I don't know anything about motorcycles. So here's your fuel tank. We disconnected it from the bike, and the fuel ain't coming out. There's little remnant fuel that we weren't able to drain out, and the fuel's not coming out of that hole. I feel like fuel should come out of that hole. So the next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna play around with this mechanism here and run some pipe cleaners up and down. We also found out that the carb, well, I'll show you the problem with the carb in a second, but the carb basically is running only one air filter instead of two. But first, I think this is probably the problem behind the fuel. That's my guess. So I'm gonna work on cleaning this thing out, and then we can look at the carb problem. All right, so I learned my lesson about this thing. It was actually fine all along. You have to apply vacuum to this before fuel flow out of this. So that's why it wasn't actually flowing out when I was holding it up and down. So that's fine. Moving back over the bike now, so that lets us know what some of these hoses are. This is vacuum line, that's a fuel line, and we're coming over here to the carburetor. And this is where Adrian has another large problem that I was gonna tell you guys about. That's the air filter for one carburetor, and that's just no air filter on the other carburetor. And he was riding around like that for, we don't know how long. So probably maybe a year. So that's another thing that we got to sort out. So the next thing is I'm going to take the other air filter off, clean both the carburetors, and then we're going to actually plug this into, it's a 12 volt bike, so we're going to plug it into a 12 volt car battery, and with using carb cleaner as the fuel, we're going to see if we can get some combustion. So we'll crank the bike over and see how that goes. All right, we're going to go ahead and try and give this thing a start. We're going to essentially, we have the fuel system disconnected. We're using carb cleaner in the carbs. Let's see how it goes. So here we go, we got power to the bike. So power there.
Yep. You do it? Where's the start button? There. Wait.
We don't know what we're doing.
Hold on, don't film this first.
Alright, we have a starter power issue.
So it wasn't my fault.
Yes, it was.
It was not.
Clearly it was.
Starter issue.
Okay. Alright, we're learning things. Here we go. Alright, go ahead and give it a try.
Oh, I need to check this out. Okay.
Try again. a pop, but maybe not.
Yeah, I heard a pop.
We might have heard a pop, guys.
Definitely was a pop.
Alright, I'm gonna check for spark. Alright, we got some putt-putts out of it with the new fuel in there, so, oh, let me hook up this vacuum line one more time. And we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot, and if we get some putts out of it, Adrian's gonna give it some revs. So, here we go. Ooh.
That was a problem. That's kind of what it started doing.
Alright.
But let me see, maybe the choke's
No,
not.
no, no. Alright, turn it off. Looks like we we got fuel coming out of the carb. We got fuel coming out of the carb. We're learning things.
It shouldn't do that, right?
Nope, looks like your carb's busted.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, so there's fuel coming down through the bike here and onto the ground here. So not only is that dangerous, but
That's really bad.
obviously not good for the carb. So we gotta look into that a little bit more. Alright, so we took the carb out and then we looked at it a lot of different ways and sprayed carb cleaner at it, and then we put it back in because that's it. I know nothing. So we're just gonna crank it on and see what happens in case we did something smart on accident. Alright, we've added the jumper pack. I've double checked. The starter relay looks fine. The starter fuses look fine. Everything looks good. It's time to try and start it again. I think we just needed more power.
Alright.
Fuck. Alright, starter just got stuck. I gave it some taps. We're back. We're trying to go now.
Oh shit. See it go?
Yep, there's some, one drop. Try to start again.
Let me try this. I want to make sure.
Alright, go ahead. They're stopping now.
Okay. Leaking?
Yeah.
Where?
Several drops out of the bottom. I mean, but we don't know. That could have meant it came from anywhere.
Yeah.
Also, it seems like your starter's going out too.
This bike's been sitting for a long time.
Alright guys, well this is one of those Beers for Build episodes where everything doesn't go right. Actually, everything went wrong. This Mustang tune is completely incorrect, and Adrian's tune is way far off as well. I'm thinking because his carburetor is leaking like that, it seems to me like he needs a carb rebuild, which for a motorcycle should probably be pretty cheap. And we know how to uninstall it, so...
Yeah. It's progress.
I think it is progress. We figured it out. We got the battery. We figured out your starter's basically blown as well.
Right.
So we figured out the starter's out in trouble. He's got a really sticky throttle, and the carb needs to be rebuilt.
And it needs to be painted.
And we need to paint it. But we've learned that if we do decide to get this bike running, and he gets that carb rebuilt, that we probably want to make it into a little bit more of a Street Fighter build, which I think would look pretty cool.
Definitely better than that.
So... that's it. That's a weird one. I hope you guys like the bonus content. Sorry nothing worked out, but we did some good on you troubleshooting. Have fun. See you guys tomorrow. Buy stuff at beersforbuild.com. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Peace.